Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. I'm your host, Gilvin, and welcome back to some more VTM.
Welcome
Joining
to
me,
the
we have... Yeah, alright.
The aftermath of the clusterfuck.
Yeah.
No, it's still part of the clusterfuck.
Okay,
Remember, I still haven't had the consequences of my actions fall on my head yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Yeah,
speaking
there's that.
of which, we resolved Craftlol and Keegan's issues.
Kind of. Maybe.
Well, at least for now. And now we head to the location of a not-so-silent night.
Yep.
Ahriman, you fled home after your encounter. And thankfully, we pass through the day of the 23rd and arrive on the night of the 24th.
Oh, thank fuck.
Yeah. So, as you just kind of go into the bar and are trying to pretend that nothing happened last night,
obviously.
you got one of your employees at the bar hands you an envelope.
Interesting.
It's addressed to you from you know who.
That's not ominous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to head to the back, and I'm going to open it, and let's see who is going to bribe, threaten, or do what.
Well, it's more like blackmail today, unfortunately.
Well, obviously.
And it's in
At
fact
this
your
point, I've
former
read up-
driver. Who apparently is threatening to go to the police with your name, location, and everything.
Snitches get stitches.
Yeah. Well, if Craftlol's or Ahriman's lucky, the snitch might get some stitches. Unfortunately, right now, you know, it's not
I'm
much.
not right now.
Mm-hmm. So, to buy his silence, he wants... You guessing?
It could be anywhere from, like, I'm guessing he's probably going to be asking somewhere upward, like above 100 crowns, at least.
Try 2,000.
Yeah. I
Wow.
have that on
Wait.
me, and
Yeah.
I don't think I can put in enough assets to get that right away.
Yeah, and he wants it tonight.
It's my money and I want it now.
Mm-hmm. For anyone counting, that's about 40 grand.
You need to arrange a
Yeah.
deal. And
Which is about
Ahriman-
right, considering
Ahriman,
you're
what-
currently wanted.
Herman, what did you spend your XP points on?
Mainly, I think I got alertness and brawl for now.
find out where he lives and fuck him up.
Yeah, you can't get potent presents. You could have all of them. If you
Actually, I didn't have enough XP to snag a
I know.
discount.
In fact, yeah, basically you have your time schedule. You have 2 hours to deliver it. He will be attending the Christmas Eve Mass at the church in Fishermond. If you don't sit next to him in the pews, hand him a briefcase full of crowns, and all that jazz, since it's a public location and all that, then he's going straight to the cops.
Well, he's not dumb. I'll give him that.
Unfortunately for you, you don't have the money.
Yeah.
Checking your finances.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you haven't even recorded down how much money you have.
Actually, I do have it. It's not. I have it recorded. I know that much.
Or did you put it somewhere that
I stuck
isn't
it
in
under
your queue?
resources for now.
Ah, yes, okay. Fair enough. Yeah. You're at minus 400 crowns currently.
No, actually, that's a dash because it's not minus 400. It's 400. I stuck a dash because that's just how I marked it.
Alright. Alright. I guess that's not exactly the clearest communication, but we'll take it. Also, I'm going to correct your spelling of stoop.
Yeah, that's not. I'm not going to bother. I was going based off
Alright.
pronunciation, but yeah.
So, resources, yeah, you got 400 crowns currently. Unfortunately, you need about 2,000.
Ahriman, who do you know?
Um,
Do you know the Corridor Primogen, the girl, Adamar?
Yeah, Adamar, I think I know that, but I've also discovered stuff that you don't know about. Because,
Okay.
unless you're going to watch the stuff, which
A
is...
little later.
Anyway.
Yeah,
they
they
have
did
grenades
actually.
nowadays. Yes.
Yeah, they're
They
not
were-
weird.
they
They killed the Archduke.
They look like torches.
Or tried to.
They had sticks with little balls on the end that you'd like lob. It's weird.
Pretty much, yeah.
Armand, you could probably go raid like a evidence room for a police station or something.
Well, I don't know. Do you know anyone who happens to have obscene amounts of money and could probably just give you 2,000 right now?
Adamar?
Does he
I
know
don't think
what-
Adamar would have that much money, but honestly, if I was willing to just get predestination or prestitation there, words are hard, I could talk to Von Kolm because he's fucking rich. I didn't meet him so much, but I do know about him.
Yeah, the problem is you don't know where he lives.
I wouldn't go outside your
Yeah.
town. You
And nor do you know where Countess
You know where
Ardamar
Ardamar
lives.
Nor do you know where Kagan
Wait,
lives.
Wait. But you said I know where she lives. I know where she lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you're the
Why
crazy
am I-
Tremere Seer.
Okay, cool.
You actually, I just realized he doesn't know where any of us live, does he?
Nope. I'm the most isolated of
You're
the party.
boned.
So,
Yes.
but that's besides the point.
Yeah, that's because everyone else talked and interacted with each other while you just watched.
Yeah.
I mean, I sat and listened in a huddle.
Yeah,
And
and
then had
now...
a seizure.
Yeah, and now, unfortunately for you, you need the help of at least one party member. Or at least an NPC or something.
You have that influence. How
Yeah, but
how do
I
you
don't-
utilize it?
You might be able to access the police records and find out where he lives.
That's true. I'm hesitant to lean too heavily on my influence, but I think it's my only option right now.
Yeah, because the police will totally have records of where people live.
That, and I'm starting to run a bit low on blood, so I'm gonna have to go hunting later tonight.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so you're gonna take off. You've got about 3 to 4 hours, probably,
Mm-hmm.
before the mass ends, so you're gonna have to head for Vienna pretty much right away.
Yep.
Alright.
This is a tricksy situation to get out of.
Yeah. Look, you remember that part where you said no matter what happens, you're screwed? I tried to find the most reasonable way out for you.
Yeah,
I'm trying to be nice here.
I believe you. And this is difficult to get out of. If I'm
You got this.
smart, I might be able to get out of it.
Yep.
I'm waiting.
Why doesn't he know where Adamar lives? He's a Toreador, so they should have met.
I just don't know where she lives because I'm a recluse.
I thought.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
rip.
Kind of a recluse.
Rip.
Yeah.
So you guys
Plus,
are still
she lives too far away anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Andy, Armand, do you have a car? Do you have a car?
Nope, not anymore.
he burnt it to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. How are you gonna get to the city then?
Gonna have to pay some
There's still
exuberant taxi
trains
fees.
around here.
Trains would actually be pretty good for you. It'd cut down your travel time significantly.
Yep. Train to the
Alright.
city it is.
You catch the 6:30 from Fisherman to Vienna. Alright, and then you quickly catch a cab. All in all, your transport costs you 15 crowns. But you do successfully arrive at the police station in basically in only an hour. Pretty good. Otherwise, have taken you longer. So, it is now 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
The Christmas Eve Mass will start at 9, roughly go for 1 to 2 hours, so you, well, actually, no, you might have until 11 p.m. I'll tell you what, I'll be generous here and give you till 11. We'll say it's a nice 2-hour
Okay.
long service.
I'd be surprised if my contact's in right now, though.
Well, I mean, it's 7 p.m. on a Christmas day. Perhaps he is one of many policemen who are probably working overtime right now because of a serial killing going on.
But you're a vampire.
That's true.
Wouldn't you make all your contacts at night?
Yep. It's 7 p.m. right now. Technically, it's still dark. Or it is dark.
It's not so bad during the winter.
Yep.
Precisely the reason I set the game beginning on the winter solstice. So that way, the sun sets at 5 p.m. You guys still have a few more hours to interact.
Yep. I am going to go in and go up to the receptionist and ask if Desk Sergeant Stoop is perhaps free enough to receive a visitor who might have some interesting information as to the case, because I did record down some mundane evidence I could use.
And he looks at you funny and says, well, he isn't expecting anyone. Hang on. And then he gets up, he walks away, and comes back about a minute later and says, yeah, he'll see you right away. And he escorts you along to his office. And brings you into Stoop's office, and he goes, 2 visits in 1 week. I hope you found something good.
Hopefully. Well, there's not a whole lot that they left there. They were smart, but it looks like there's there were I could ID the runes sitting around them as Greek, because thank goodness for parents trying to get me worldly in some way. But it looked like, and we're almost certain that the murders are connected, because same man, same motives. Hopefully.
Same MO. Is what
Yeah. Same MO.
Modus operandi.
Yeah. So, and you can't ID the woman, so it's entirely possible that there might be more missing right now, is what I'm thinking. It seems like we would notice a bunch of new people disappearing at once is easier to hide than a bunch of new people, or people who are new to the city disappearing at once is easier to hide than one person disappearing right before the murder every time.
That is true. Unfortunately, it's rather hard to categorize. We still have no one claiming any mismatches missing. And we've got responses back from a lot more of the surrounding townships, and we've got nothing. It's almost as if these people came out of nowhere.
Entirely possible that's far away, so just for exactly the purpose that we wouldn't be able to figure out where they came from.
Yes, but smuggling people, especially unwilling, would
difficult.
be, yeah.
To say the least.
Which, if they're being smuggled long distance, would indicate that they were likely willing at the time of their kidnapping. Concerning.
Yeah. Though when I looked at the when I got a chance to see the corpse, the bruises around the neck didn't seem like they would come from hands, which was odd from what I saw.
Yeah, it appeared to be some kind of rope.
Odd.
Forensic team already investigated the body.
I wish I could figure out more from them, but there just wasn't enough info there. Too much links up for me to say that these are normal at all. I would not doubt that there are multiple people involved. This is just too much for just one person to do.
An interesting theory. We'll keep it in mind. Is there anything else that you came for to see me tonight?
Yeah. Mind if I take a look at the house records? Maybe someone moved in recently, and we can see if there's a connection between the murders and someone moving in.
Well, that might not be terrible. But he says, I'm afraid I can't really just grant you access to that. But, yeah, I'll get a team on that. We'll start investigating
Thanks.
new arrivals in town.
Happy to help. Hopefully we can find who's doing this.
Maybe you should try bribing him again.
Oh
Yeah, I
dear,
could, but the last
Cacklefron's
time I
going to
tried
be
it-
arrested. He's a new
Yeah.
arrival in town.
I lost.
And of course he's a communist, so he's going to get the shit beat out of him.
And I'll just lead a prison riot.
Yes, make it at night when no one else is awake. Great plan.
That is
Mhm.
actually a good plan. To go to this sleep.
The guy trying to get access to records should not be talking bad about the communists going to prison.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, so, unless there's any other business that you have tonight.
No. I'm hoping to attend the Christmas Mass, though.
Well,
I'll leave you to your work. Hopefully, what I've help.
okay. So, you didn't really press for the records too much.
No, I'm not going to be able to do that without sounding suspicious at all. I can already figure that out.
Now, I have to ask you the question, is sounding suspicious bad right now?
Kind of. I'd rather not tip off the police to the fact that I'm there if I can deal with it in another manner.
Well, you
Like,
can
there's
do
always
it
the
in another
possibility of
manner.
simply disappearing.
Can't just use like roll charisma manipulation and try and get him to do it anyways for
Here's
some
the
bullshit
question,
lie.
Iron Mom.
Hmm?
Charisma manipulation. He said what?
That's not a valid roll, but,
Craft roll? What?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Just roll charisma or some shit like that.
I
Could
think
work.
he means manipulation.
yeah, like, the question becomes, like, is looking suspicious that bad? Compared to, there's a chance the police find out versus the police are guaranteed to find out.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna have to think that, you're gonna have to weigh your options.
Is the current problem big enough to make a smaller problem down the road?
I'm trying to figure out what the combined check would be if I had to press. It'd probably be manipulation
Expression.
expression.
Since you're probably doing so in a friendly manner, you're not trying to be deceitful
Yeah.
about it.
Actually, I'd get 6 dice on that, so that wouldn't actually be a half bad roll to try and make.
Mm-hmm.
So, how would I phrase it though? That's the thing. I'd probably be asking something along the
Well,
lines of.
you could just be as truthful as possible.
Yeah.
Allowance with the Masquerade. Yeah, I'm in some really bad money troubles, and I owe somebody a lot of money. And I know a guy, but I need to know where he lives so I can get in touch with him
Yeah, that's
to
that's
get a
that's
loan.
probably, yeah,
under
that's
the
that's
table.
probably the closest thing that I'm gonna end up getting to that.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, one thing you have to remember a lot of times is be as truthful as possible. You're gonna have to lie a little bit, but be as truthful as possible.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
say
Keegan's correct on this one. He's
Mhm.
whispering me. This would be a really good time to have dominate.
yeah, but I don't have dominate, not even as a clan discipline. And
If you had the, presence also works.
if you got
Following him,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
and he wouldn't be so suspicious about that. He just feel
Yep.
like this guy seems very nice or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in you, Araman.
yeah. Well, let's see how badly the dice want to get me. So I'll mention I'd like to help more, but I'm in a bit of a tight spot with funding right now, and I might have to I might end up having to leave if I can't get enough money. Stupid loans. And I know someone who might be able to help me, but I don't know where they live. That's the only reason I'm asking.
All right. Roll manipulation expression.
Which is thankfully 6 dice at difficulty 6, right?
Difficulty will be his wits plus his conscience. So difficulty is 6 actually.
What? Thank fucking luck.
Mm.
Dice gods, do you favor me? Oh wow! Oh my god!
Wow, that was dicey.
Razor's Edge.
I hate you. I hate you.
Razor's Edge so much.
He sighs and says, I can't give you direct access. What's his name?
Well, my best option right now would be to actually go for Frederick von Kolm.
All right.
Are you sure you want to go outside your not party clan?
It's my best option.
Yeah,
I don't think Dadmar would.
the other Maris lives too far away, anyways.
Yeah.
Oh. But he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that.
Are you sure you
It's known she lives far from the city.
Are you sure you just don't want to kill the guy when he goes home?
He still needs to give him the money, though.
Okay, but
He
here's
kills
the
the
thing.
guy.
Here's the thing. If Aruman asks about this guy's name and he ends up dead, Aruman's fucked.
Yeah. If I wanted to murder him, I would not have gone to the police station beforehand. I would have just gone to the mass and tracked him somewhere where I could murder him quietly in an alley.
Okay, but is
I would
Colm
not
using
be
an
trying to get the actual
is
bomb.
Colm using an alias?
I don't think so. He's a really big industrial.
Okay.
Yeah, but you would use an alias with the human world, and then use another alias when dealing with vampires, because you never want to have your real name out there, because then they'll know who you really were, and if you're so old, well.
Then they'll control you with your name.
That's not how that works at all, but
No.
I meant more that they could trace your where you came from, what countries you've been, if they know your real name.
I'll give you a hint. Von Kolm means of Cologne.
Yeah.
It's not a real last name.
Well, it's a type, too.
Yeah, I'm just going... You know what? I'm going to leave this one up to the dice. Intelligence linguistics.
Rip.
At least in 3. I don't have any linguistics, so let's see what the dice say.
Yeah, difficulty for this would be 5.
Time to drink.
This is really simple.
Oh.
Great news. You know that can't be a real last name.
Thank fuck. But
That
now
it
the
is
question
clearly an alias.
Yeah. Now the question is, can I figure out what his actual name is?
My drunk conspiracy saved your ass.
Yep. I need to figure out what his actual name is. One would assume that I'd be able to make it I could probably do an int finance check to see if I actually know what the biggest what some of the bigger who owns the biggest game around town when it comes to industry and all that.
Well, I suppose. Somebody just pull out a deck of cards.
I don't
I
know.
did.
Okay,
I'm
Graffle,
bored.
don't press too many buttons. All right.
Sorry.
So, Aruman, you're gonna continue trying to figure out who Frederick von Kolm's real name is.
Yeah.
All right. Make an intelligence finance check. Difficulty 9.
Fuck. Well, at least I have 4 dice. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Oh, my fucking
Wow.
God.
Good work.
On a wing and a prayer, I can figure it out. Maybe.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
you used up all your ones.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. I guess good work. Yeah, it's actually his last name is Hosenhorn, which you might, fuck, I'm probably butchering it. Whatever the current royal dynasty of Prussia is, or Germany at this
The
point.
von Hohenzollern's.
Yes, them. Whatever the fuck that last name is.
That one.
Yes.
Hohenzollern.
Hohenzollern.
Sounds about
Sure.
right.
Alright, well, somebody did figure out his last name, so... Anyway, that's... Let me update his.
But I don't know that.
Yeah, I've got that down on my in my big book of notes.
It's pretty easy to remember considering E4.
Yeah, it is very EU4. Anyone who's looked at Brandenburg before, like at the start date, knows Hohenzollern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in brackets afterwards. So you've successfully figured out his real name.
Oh man, the chat. That's hilarious.
Yeah, apparently I need to put XP points in linguistics myself.
Okay, so I can now hopefully ask for his address. Hopefully.
Alright. You ask for a Mr. Frederick von Hohenzollern. Look, that's the best you're getting out of me.
Yep.
Hohenzollern.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna start calling him Ho.
Fred
Just
Ho.
shorten it to the first three letters. Ho.
Mr.
Fred
Zollern.
Ho.
Zollern.
Yes,
Zollern.
Frederick von Ho.
Frederick von Brandenburg.
Yeah, Frederick von Brandenburg. Oh, that's about the best you're gonna get out of me. All right.
Alright.
So, he quickly shuffles away and looks through the papers. Comes back to his office 5 minutes later and says, "We have no record of him."
Odd. Well, he's probably using an alias. Unfortunate for me. I know I ran into him at one point.
Ask about Colm.
Yeah. He might be using the Von Koln alias here.
He looks through some of the papers he brought back. Nope. There's no von Koln either.
Have you tried von Germany?
Oh my god. It would be Deutschland, and no. I'm not trying that.
I'm afraid not.
Only the finest of aliases are used here.
Well,
Yeah.
he says, there was at one point, I remember, a man by the name of Frederick von Hohenzollern.
Good work.
So where was he then?
Well, last I checked, he died.
Hmm.
About 100 years ago.
Weird.
It'd be
Maybe
like him to
What's
use a
his name?
dead alias.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was living in the same area as him. He's probably a fan of history from what I remember from my brief interactions. So where did he end up living?
In the city of Cologne,
Hmm.
Germany.
This is annoying. Thank you very much for your help.
Alright.
Have a wonderful
Take
day.
care and good luck.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it. So I'm gonna head out because there's nothing more I can do here.
Yeah, as you're going to learn, many elder vampires are legally dead.
Yeah, I knew that he was legally dead, but it's inconvenient trying to find him.
Armand, at this point you should roll to flee the country.
Courage roll or flee the country.
What?
Yeah. You casually, on your way out, you casually walk by a sketch of your face. Luckily, the panicked and rather wounded police officer didn't give the best, description.
Yep.
You should draw a mustache on there.
Nah.
And with a room full of cops, yeah, go ahead. Just ask for a marker and start doodling on it.
Markers didn't exist back then. It'd be a pencil or a pen.
Wow.
So how are you gonna get that money?
Mm-hmm.
Turn yourself in for the bounty, and then do it.
Oh man. Boy.
He can't blackmail you if you've already turned yourself in.
You can't blackmail me, but I end up in the same problem. I end up in jail. At the very least, I don't get dragged out into the sunlight.
So, Armand, solutions.
Solutions right now boil down to look around and hope I can find him, which is not likely. Try and hunt down the driver. I'd assume I have some sort of record at home, which would be inconvenient to get to.
Yeah. The problem is the church he's at is in a town square in which the police station is also in.
Yeah.
So he's going to be in public the entire time, so...
Yeah. I'd be surprised if he didn't live nearby, though.
Well, unfortunately, you have 2 hours to the Masters. You might be able to get him before he leaves.
Yeah.
Perhaps. I don't know. Is there anyone else you might be able to ask for help from? The Tremere, maybe?
Yeah. I could ask for help from the Tremere. That's one of the options that I've had in the back of my mind, saying this guy could possibly cause a Masquerade violation, and I have another possible Masquerade violation.
Mm-hmm.
Which would probably be a powerful motivator for them to act, at the very least.
But then
Yeah.
you owe them. Then
I owe them. But honestly, at this point, it's the least bad option out of a lot. So I think I'm going to go hunt down. I think I'm going to go to the Tremere, to where I can contact the Tremere easily and fast and quickly. Because I'd assume I at least know where that is.
Yeah, everyone knows that you can find an entrance to the Tremere Chantry in the Imperial Library.
I didn't.
Yes, you do. So I'm going to head there.
Alright.
Or am I have to figure out how to get in? That's the hard part.
Yeah, trying to figure out how to get in is a hard part, but
Go to the library.
yeah.
Alright. So, you catch another cab, another 5 crowns. As you race to the center of town, you head for the Imperial Palace. And you hop out of the cab in front of the library. There are 2 armed Imperial guards guarding the entrance to the library. Let's see how you do against this challenge. Last time you were up against 1 human, and you failed. Let's see if you can handle 2 humans. Ha 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 ha, you're doomed.
So human.
I would be surprised if they were there to bar all entrance. If you want to contact the Tremere, you'd have to go through them.
Alright.
You got this, Armand.
Hopefully.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dr. Dandy, he does not have presence.
Yep.
Despite being a Toreador, he did jack off presence. Now, don't get me wrong, if you need something Auspex, he can Auspex it real good, but
Yeah.
not big on the presence.
Just
I'd
had
assume
to see that.
I'd assume I have some passing knowledge of how to contact the Tremere, because I'd assume that pretty much every vampire has to talk to them at some point. But it's usually by appointment and not finding them.
Alright. Well, either way, if you can get inside the Imperial Library, you have a chance. Now all you have to do is get past your greatest nemesis, 2 humans.
Combat, my 1 week.
Wait, no. Don't even start combat here.
Yeah, no.
Don't even try.
Trying to do that would get me murdered.
Armand,
Anything else?
Armand, do you notice the green dots?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. That is all.
The green dots are Elysium locations. I mean, yeah, don't start the combat with the humans, because there won't even need to be a sheriff to clean you out.
Yeah.
Apparently there's like 23 of them, according to Kale.
24, but yes.
Okay. Wow, I remembered that.
Yet you drunk asshole. You can remember so much useless crap,
Yup.
but you can't remember your mortal powers when you have to deal with humans.
I am the one who has note taking, but this is ridiculously annoying for me to have to deal with. Because
Don't fuck up then.
yeah, I'm guessing the Imperial Library isn't open to the public.
It is, but it closed at around 6 p.m.
Yeah, because fuck vampire hours.
Alright. Well,
These guards probably aren't aware of the masquerade, and as such would be an absolute pain to deal with.
Well, how do you approach this? Actually, you might have an alternative method. Roll perception alertness.
Perception alertness from 3 and 1 now. I actually have 4 dice at a difficulty of
Difficulty of 7.
fuck.
Okay, time to drink again.
Oh shit.
Nope, I don't have another option.
Nope. Nope. Unfortunately, those stone things on the roof, as far as you're concerned, they're really stone gargoyles. They're totally
Yeah.
not living at all.
Totally not.
Mhm.
Wouldn't it be? It would be awareness, not alertness. Not that it would change the roll if it was supernatural.
Well, just to notice that the gargoyles are there.
That's true. I always try fucking breaking in through side or back, but there are going to be guards elsewhere.
All right, is it time to just like run up to the window and just like cannonball through it?
I mean, you could roll stealth.
I may as well try a stealth roll on that. If things start happening, then it's cannonball time.
Out of
but
curiosity, do you have security?
I actually do.
Oh,
motherfucker.
thank fuck. All right, you have a chance then. Lockpick the window. Lockpick the window.
Lockpick, 3 decks and 1 security, right?
Yep.
At a
Fucks it up.
difficulty
I'm gonna
6.
go cry.
At what difficulty would it be?
It would be an Imperial Lock, so difficulty 8.
Crit fails, just fucking punches his face through it. Ugh! Got it.
Well, I see a 1.
God damn it!
God bless your heart, Armand.
This is what it's. This is the dice that I was expecting.
Where is Cackletron? Is Cackletron with us?
Dead.
Yes, Cackletron is with us. So both of you have 2 shots at this point that I don't think you've taken.
It's number 6.
Please don't kill our party, Armand. You're already dead, but please don't take everyone else with you.
It takes 8
At
to
least
really
I'm not
fuck me
with
up.
anyone else.
This is why I'm hiding.
Armand, it takes 8 to really fuck me up.
All right, so
Okay.
unfortunately for you, a guard catches you while you're attempting to lockpick.
This is inconvenient.
And he holds out his rifle and tells you hands in the air.
Like you just don't care.
Like I was trying to look it
I
in.
mean, Armand, you need to be honest and tell them that you're looking for the secret people in the library.
That could get me into the asylum rather than the prison.
Remember, the mouths control most asylums apparently during this era.
Yeah, but not this one,
But-
unfortunately.
Yeah,
Right.
this is Tremere land. You don't belong here.
Mhm.
Pretty much.
You don't know.
All
Mike.
right. So, do you want to just what are we gonna do here? You want to just try and run for it, brute force through?
Cannonball!
All right. Would you like to potentially blow some blood while you're being
Yes.
arrested? All right.
Dex up for the cannonball, man. Dex up.
All right. Make a charisma subterfuge roll to try and talk and buy yourself time to blow as much blood as you'd prefer.
Here's the subterfuge.
Difficulty 6.
Okay, which is a 5 dice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just gotta try and keep him talking. Keep him talking.
You got this, Armand.
I
All
do
right.
in
You can
fact.
spend up to 4 blood raising your attributes before you're gonna have to make a move.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend 1 to bump up Dex. 1 on Wit, which actually
You
puts me
can't.
down
You
to 3
cannot
blood,
raise
which
your
is-
wits.
Okay.
You can only raise
so-
physical
yeah.
attributes: strength,
Okay.
dexterity, and
I'm
stamina.
gonna bump up one. I'm gonna bump up 2 dex to put me up to 5, and that's gonna put me down to.
All right, you're about to try and smash through
yeah.
something. Do you know what attribute might come in handy above 1 point?
Right, strength. Okay, yeah, fine. 4 dex. 2. Let's
I would
see
just
if I
love
can,
it if he
let's-
tried to
let's see how
cannonball
this
through the
works.
window and bounced off it.
Yep. Actually, 3 dex should be fine. Let's just make it 3 and 3. Fuck it. So I'm down to 3 blood points. Hooray for because I'm a moron.
Wait, hold on. You're down to 3 blood points.
Yes,
Shouldn't you be hungry now?
I am.
Yes.
I can deal with that when I'm not when the masquerade violations are not in play. Thank you very much.
Bruh. Don't be hungry in the Capital Palace.
It's not the palace, it's the library.
Bro. Just roll.
There is a distinct difference.
One of which has no people. Alright, so what do I need to roll to break through the window? And just dive through.
I hope you like strength athletics, because that's what you're rolling.
Strength athletics, 3 dice at difficulty of 6.
Difficulty 7.
3 on a 7 check. God damn it, Aramon.
Still a success!
All right, you just backball right through the window,
Ah! Fuck it!
and you stick the landing, and you just start running as you hear a pile of shouting, and you hear some clanking and locking of the doors.
Joy. Time to find the secret Tremere hideout.
You actually
Yeah.
you have to find it now with security on high alert.
Yes.
You've got maybe a small amount of time. All right, quick perception investigation. Go find the secret Tremere hideout. Difficulty 9.
Well, I have 4. So perception investigation 4 dice at difficulty 9.
Mm-hmm.
Aramon, please, for the love of fucking God, pass this.
Please don't botch.
You've already fucked it up enough. No!
All right,
It's a
as you're
failure.
just
It's not a
trying,
botch.
you're just basically going through randomly pulling books on the shelves, hoping that one of them will open a secret passage.
A failure is not a botch.
Yeah, failure is not a botch, thankfully.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Luckily for you, you're grabbed by somebody
Okay.
who does not appear to be a member of the security team. Roll perception awareness.
3 and 1.
Mhm.
Fine.
Difficulty 6.
I see successes
Yeah, that's a
on the
change.
extreme ends of things.
Man, wish you got that last roll, huh?
Yes.
That said, you're grabbed by a vampire, actually, you note.
Thank fuck.
And he's just like, come on, with me.
Fighting.
All right, he pulls you up to a closet. You hear the guards basically starting to storm and look around. You can see their flashlights everywhere.
My
They haven't
hero.
quite gotten to the back where you are, as he quickly opens up a closet. As he opens the closet, it turns out not to be a closet and appears to be a non-Euclidean hallway. And he just pushes you inside and shuts the door behind you.
Thank you very much.
And he goes, you have a lot of explaining to do.
Yes, I do.
He just starts walking along, motions you along. Start talking. Why the hell are you here, and what the hell did you just do?
Well, I'm here with information, one possible masquerade violation, and to try and get help to prevent another.
Besides the one you just committed.
That's not
That
a
wasn't a
masquerade,
masquerade
violation.
violation.
That's just me putting myself on a police watch list for the rest of my life.
Yeah, congratulations. You are now convicted of pulling a gun on an officer, assault, battery, breaking into the Imperial Palace, resisting arrest.
Vandalism.
Yeah, we'll put on a vandalism charge there. You're getting quite the criminal repertoire here.
All that needs to happen is nobody to ever recognize me.
Ugh.
Shame you don't have facial hair to trim.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that just means I can put a stick-on mustache.
Armand, he's got to wear the mask. The mask.
I am the knight.
Oh, Christ. Great job, Armand.
Yes, I know.
Great fucking job. All right. So, you're all right. So you talk about it, and he goes, "Okay, and what the hell did you just do?"
That was me breaking into the palace because I have no other known options.
Oh, for fuck's sakes! You didn't even think of asking the gargoyles. You have no idea what
Right,
to do.
yes,
You think
gargoyles,
maybe-
because those are a thing that I remember existed now, not before.
Yeah. Oh, Christ. And he goes, "Well, this is going to be hell." And he brings you through to what appears to be a lovely sitting room that I've described about 3 times already to everybody else.
Mhm.
Short answer, Victorian wallpaper, green.
Elsa's here.
Cool.
There is a lovely oak wooden coffee table and 2 cloth chairs. And
Mhm.
a unlit fireplace. There's a door on the other side of the room as well.
Hmm.
You can only heal damage by spending blood. Yeah. Takes you practically no time at all to heal damage.
Again, that pick, but yeah.
Alright. So, he motions you to sit down.
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
And at this point, he walks in on the other side, walks through the other door.
Mhm.
And out comes a familiar face, Philarius.
So I say, thank you very much for meeting with me on such short and inconvenient notice.
Inconvenient is right. You do realize that there are about 24 at the very least guards, trying to search every goddamn inch of the Imperial Library.
Just asking. Yes. Sorry about the inconvenience. Still a bit new here.
Okay, new.
Give me one good reason why I don't have you executed.
The avoidance of more masquerade violations because of the cult killings that are going around?
Yeah.
Well, if my informants are correct, I would say that you have other masquerade violations you've already caused.
You're not wrong there. Though there are possibly
He
three
does
more.
proceed to hold up a newspaper with a sketch of you.
Rip.
Yep. Though from what I managed to figure out, there are 3 masquerade violations waiting in the wings.
Start talking.
Okay. So that happened when the masquerade violation that I committed happened during my attempts to investigate nothing better to say, but ritual killings that honestly seem like they might be attempting to replicate Tremere blood magic.
Mm-hmm.
Given the based around it. It seems there's a cult, and they have a statue of someone who seems like Deadmar.
Dadma.
They're heading somewhere.
No, he just basically raised your hand. Take a step back. Did you
Mhm.
just tell me Dadmar is behind the killings?
Not behind them. They had a cult statue that with someone where near the altar
Okay,
where
stop.
the
You
victims
cut
were
out.
sacrificed. Oh, sorry.
They had a cult statue blank.
They had a cult statue that looked like her.
Can't you just use your
Besides-
art to write it down, to draw it, so that they can see it for themselves? Wouldn't that be smarter than, trying to blame the Adamar?
No, I said it looks like the Admar. I'm not blaming her. I'm saying it looks like
Okay,
her.
well, you're kind of blaming them. You're
That's
giving the Tremere a reason to kill her.
He waves his hands, and you feel a compelling sense to tell the truth. And he asks you to repeat what you just said.
They have a statue that I suspect of Deadmar.
All
And
right.
guys, before you start blaming me, I'm trying to fight for my life. I want my survival.
Nobody's
I'd rather
blaming you.
avoid getting murdered.
Nobody's blaming you, Armand.
He lets out a sigh because you are telling the truth. You botched on your roll there, And you
Yeah.
totally think it was a statue of her.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the Tremere and Daadmar have been feuding for quite some time. And you just handed the information to the Tremere on a silver plate, enough to call a blood hunt.
On Audemars?
Yes.
I prefer
shit,
survival
boy.
to death, so yes. I'm
Wait,
fine
hold
with
on.
this. Kind of.
Wait, did Armand just get a blood hunt caught on his own clan and himself?
Not on me.
No,
on,
no, no. On his
a
clan's
specific character.
primogen, in effect, yes.
Oh shit.
Yes.
9/11
Ooh.
isn't supposed to happen for a few more years, guys.
Armand the Usurper.
Pretty much at this point.
Long live Armand!
Oh, fuck. This just keeps going downhill.
What do you mean? He's gonna become the Primogen. He's great. He's in great shape.
Well, we're gonna end this segment here on this lovely cliffhanger. Congratulations,
Ah,
Armand.
man. I completely fucked up your story, didn't I?
Yeah. I'm used to it.
And we
though,
didn't
trust
even
me.
have to involve Andy in it.
No, not yet. Yeah, you
Or me.
And we still got 40 minutes in the stream.
Technically.
yeah. I'm hoping to introduce Cackletron at some point.
Yeah, well, I think that would be a perfect
I'm
what
hoping
else
with
is happening of the, when nothing else of note is
All
happening.
that's happened from me being here is just I've just gotten progressively more fucking pissed from the vodka
Tackletron
shots.
just showed up. He just showed up, took 6 shots of vodka, and left.
No,
Oh,
don't say
maybe-
6. I'm afraid there's
maybe
still time
more.
for you to botch.
Maybe more.
Yep. So thank you everybody for watching this lovely VTM segment.
It's
I've
our-
been your lovely host, Gilvin. And joining me has been
I'm
this
drunk.
lovely party.
It's Armand's fault. Never forget, kids.
Ooh.
Bye-bye.